We are starting on page 5 of your digital notebook. You will have needed to click next 2 times if you are using the e-text. If you are using the textbook, this answer will be on page 73. So let's go ahead and start listening. This first question we're looking for: why did the Egyptians enslave and mistreat the Israelites? You'll find that answer in this green highlighted text.
What was the Exodus? The last chapters of Genesis describe a famine in Canaan. Because Egypt had great supplies of grain, according to the Torah, Jacob's family moved there. The book of Exodus comes after Genesis in the Torah. According to Exodus, as the number of Jacob's descendants grew, a new Pharaoh or king of Egypt became mistrustful of them. Exodus describes how the Pharaoh enslaved and mistreated the Israelites. According to the Torah, the Pharaoh compelled the Israelites to do harsh work.
All right, again, the question: why did the Egyptians enslave and mistreat the Israelites? Get that answer from this green highlighted paragraph. All right, let's move on to page 6 in your digital notebook. The next question: who appeared to Moses and what did they say? You'll find that answer in this pink highlighted paragraph that we're about to have read to us. Also, number 2 is in the same reading we're going to hear. What was the Exodus? This is a mastery check question, and you'll find that answer in this yellow circled paragraph. Let's go ahead and listen.
Moses. Exodus states that Moses was an Israelite who was adopted by the Pharaoh's family. According to Exodus, God appeared to Moses and told him to rescue his people. Moses asked the Pharaoh to let him lead the Israelites out of Egypt, but the Pharaoh refused. Exodus describes terrible hardships that God brought to Egypt because of the Pharaoh's refusal. The last and worst punishment was the death of every firstborn son of the Egyptians. Moses told the Israelites that God would let their sons live if they marked their doorways with the blood of a lamb. Finally, the Pharaoh allowed the Israelites to leave Egypt. Moses led the Israelites to the Sinai Peninsula, out of the Pharaoh's reach. The escape of the Israelites from slavery in Egypt is called the Exodus. Each year, Jews celebrate Passover to commemorate the journey from slavery in Egypt to freedom.
Again, number 1, who appeared to Moses and what did he say? You'll find that in this pink highlighted paragraph. Number 2, what was the Exodus? This is a mastery check question. You'll find that answer in this yellow circled paragraph right here. All right, let's move on to page 7. So you have 2 paragraphs here. What happened to the Israelites in the desert for 40 years? There's going to be quite a few different things here, so this is going to be a multiple answer. So what happened to the Israelites in the desert for the 40 years? Let's go ahead and listen to the desert experience.
The desert experience. Many biblical scholars believe the Exodus occurred during the 1200s BCE. According to the Torah, after the Israelites left Egypt, they lived in the Sinai desert for 40 years. During this time, God prepared them for life in the Promised Land, then called Canaan. They received a series of instructions from God. They also learned ways to worship God and created important religious objects. On the journey through the desert to Canaan, according to the Torah, the Israelites faced harsh conditions. Occasionally, the Israelites battled other peoples. Some Israelites questioned the leadership of Moses or of God. However, they came to believe that if they obeyed God's commands, God would provide for them. The Torah states that during their journey, God even provided them with water and food.
Number 1, what happened to the Israelites in the desert for the 40 years? Go ahead and get that answer from these 2 pink paragraphs.